everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm home now. In the earlier clip that you saw, we did a little bit of running around, so we of course popped into Crate & Barrel, one of my favorite stores, and just had a look around at their store. It's so pretty at this time of the year. Of course, they have the tables laid out and set. They have tons of Christmas decor, which you would have seen, and I picked up like a few little things and I can show you later. And then of course we popped into Nespresso and got some new Nespresso pods, which I'm really excited to try, and I'll show you that as well. But I'm home now and finishing up the decorating here at my house. Last touch I think I have to do, last thing I have to do is make a wreath. So I have that here in front of me along with tons of other supplies. And then I do want to make like a floral arrangement. So I have a larger vase that sits on the island, and then I have a smaller one that sits at the coffee table. So I'll just kind of put that together, and I think that will be pretty much it. I do have to set our table, but I'll do that a little bit later on in the week perhaps, or maybe later on in this video. I'm not sure, we'll see. I do want to have kind of like a make a dinner for my husband and I later on in the week, so it'll be nice to have the table set and we can enjoy dinner. But anyway, so what I'll start with first is the wreath. So this is a giant faux wreath, but it looks very, very real, so I love that. And then on the island, on the counter here, I have tons of different things kind of spread out. Of course, I have the bells that I've been so excited to put on the wreath. And then I have a few of these little red berries that I'm gonna put on. I also got a giant stem from Michael's. So this is very green. My tree is flocked, so I wanted to kind of add a little bit more like stems with a little bit of flocking, just to kind of, you know, have a little bit of cohesion between the wreath, which is going to be on the front door, and then of course the tree. So I'm going to cut these into little bits and put them onto the wreath, and hopefully that will bring a little bit more of that flocked look to this very, very green stem. And then I just have an assortment of different things. So I have some eucalyptus as well, and then also this style of eucalyptus. This is very green as well, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna put this one on. But what I like to do when I'm making my wreaths is just pull out all of my materials. I kind of fit everything onto the wreath without securing it first, just so I can see how it looks, and then if I like it, then I will go in and you know, secure it with a glue gun, or you can use floral wire. And then I also have the gorgeous burgundy velvet ribbon, which I will make into a bow. So first things first is, I think, because I know this is definitely going on to the wreath, I'm gonna start by cutting them a little bit shorter and fitting them around the wreath, and then I'm gonna go in with these. And then lastly, I'll see how this looks. I don't think I'll be using it, but I do think I'll be using some of these. So we'll see. I'm just playing it by ear. And then I have a smaller, this is about 10 or 12 inches of a grapevine wreath, and this is gonna go over the stove in the kitchen, just to put a little bit more like festive touch in that area. It looks a little bit bare at the moment, so this is gonna go there, and of course I'll put the ribbon, and then whatever I have left over will kind of be used on this one. But first things first, I'm gonna start to cut these a little bit smaller. If I can find my pliers. Where are they? Okay, so I'm gonna cut this first. So just like that. So I'm not cutting them too short, so I want them to kind of blend in. So they're all cut up now, and I've also fluffed the wreath to make sure that it's not flat. And then I'm just gonna insert these different places in the wreath just so I can see how it's gonna look. And I just want to disperse all of these evenly throughout the wreath so that it looks a little bit more natural. And these have pine cones in them, which is great. It's just another layer of texture and decoration. And so I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm just slotting them in anywhere, just so I can see how it looks. But just by adding the flocked stem, it already is changing the look of the wreath. And of course, the difference in obviously this type of pine and then this one just gives it like a really nice texture. So I really like that. Maybe, oops. Just try to find a little spot for these ones. Just like that. Well, that's really nice, so that it gives it like a pop of white, and I can go around and kind of adjust it to make sure that they're evenly distributed. But I love this. This is really, really nice. So it just gives it a little bit more like character rather than just kind of like a flat, you know, plain green wreath. So I want to try and make sure that the white flocking is kind of visible and showing. So that's really good. Actually, I probably could have gotten one more, but I think this will do it. So with this one, I want to kind of hide it at the base so it's not visible. Just like that. And I'm just going to go around. There goes my glue gun. Just like that. And what I like about DIYs like this is there are no wrong ways when you're decorating. It's about what you like. And so just placing it down and leaving it there. That's all you need to do. It'll all come together in the end. So don't worry if it looks a little bit crazy at first. So I'm securing them on top of an existing like area, so it can be one with the branch. I don't want the bottom stem to be showing. I just want it kind of hidden and tucked inside. So I'm applying the glue gun, and then I'm putting it onto stem, and then you can use whatever's in front to kind of hide the base so that it looks like it's just sticking out and coming out from the center of the wreath. So just like that, I'm gonna give it a moment to dry and fully set. I do want to make sure obviously they're all stuck on, which I think they are. I'm gonna take some of these little berries. I've cut them from the longer stem, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna use the glue gun and then I'm gonna insert them inside. I want this wreath to be pretty simple. I don't want it to be so many different things going on. So I actually might not add any of the other stems. I'm not sure, maybe one or two, but definitely these ones. So we're gonna go in with these ones first. And again, I'm just doing the same thing, applying a little bit of the glue, and then I'm gonna stick them into the base of the wreath, just so that obviously the red berries are popping through. And again, this is just providing a little bit more color to the wreath, as you can see.
Well, I'm all for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all, from the lights to the mistletoe. Tell me one thing, is there anything that you're missing? I will keep you warm as soon as you remove that snow. Whatever we do, we will be alright. These holiday wonders will open your mind. May all your wishes tonight come true. The love I lived, the dream I knew. This Christmas I only wanna be close to you.
This is really coming to life with the pops of red. Wow. This is a really nice way to transform a plain wreath into something that looks a little bit more like festive and curated, which is what I really, really like about making wreaths. Wow. That pop of red just really makes it come to life. I think it needs a little bit more, so I'm just gonna grab another one of these stems and I'm just gonna cut a few more. Not much, because I don't want it to be overpowering. I want them to look very balanced and equal. So maybe just a couple more. I think that's good. Let me just see how this would look if I added a few of these. This might be too. Stick these in the center just so I can see what it would look like if I did add some of these. Not bad. I do like the different shade of green. I feel like it kind of enhances the white a little bit more. I don't know, what do you think? It's a tough call. I think we're gonna add them. I like them. I think it adds like a different element of green. So I'll add a few. I won't overwhelm the wreath with these, but I will add a few. so I'll show you what the wreath looks like. Kind of step back a bit. So I love that. You can see all of the details. And now I'm gonna add, you can hear them already, the bells. So I have to figure out actually how I'm gonna do this. I need to find what I think the top of the wreath would look like. So I have to find the top of the wreath, which I will, maybe here. We'll make this like the top, this part here. So there's already like a loop, so what I'm thinking to, sorry about the noise, is to try and weave it in the back so that it hangs kind of in the center and somewhat overlaps at the front. Something like this, I don't know. Let's give it a try and see what happens. Kind of like that. Oh, I love that. Yes. Lovely. I think 3 will do. I think it's overkill to add the other one. Is it though? Is it really? I think that's a lot of chiming, but I don't know. Let me know if you think 3 bells or 6. I kind of like it with more, but it might be overkill, and it looks a little crowded, I think. So yeah, I'll have to find another home for that one, but I think the 3 will do. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I've added the bells as well as the burgundy velvet ribbon. Just allowed it to kind of hang down the center of the wreath, just like this. So that's it. I really like how that turned out. So I'm gonna do the smaller one now, very similar to this one, not really, I won't have any more of like the flocked one, but that's okay. Everything else I'll add to the smaller ones.
Oh, how I wish for the Christmases of old, where the snow would fall and the air was crisp and cold, where we heard of angels up on high while building Frosty the Snowman until late outside. Oh, how I wish for the Christmases of old, when all was right and the candlelight would glow, where we used to play in the wintry wonderland, and we'd hear carols sung from Rudolph's marching band. Oh, oh, give me an open fire, some eggnog and mistletoe, and the sense of wonder and someone to hold close. Oh, 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 give me some ribbons and a chimney for Santa's sake. No, it's not too late. No, it's not too late. Ooh, oh, how I wish for the Christmases of old, where the snow would fall and the air was crisp and cold. Oh, how I wish for the Christmases of old, when all was right and the candlelight would glow, where we used to play in the wintry wonderland, and we'd hear carols sung from Rudolph's marching
The ribbon's a lot darker in person, but this camera kind of brightens everything up. So it looks kind of like bright red, but it's actually a really beautiful deep burgundy. Yeah, you can see some of the flocked pine, eucalyptus, those little berries, and of course that bell, which I love. I mean, doesn't that sound Christmassy? I think it does. And then this is the smaller wreath that I've placed on the cabinets above the microwave in the kitchen, and I really like it because it brings a little bit more Christmas to this area. I don't have a lot of stuff other than a candle I'm gonna put on the right by the sink. Don't really have too many things that look very Christmassy in this area, so I like that this kind of stands out there. I'm gonna put together like a few little bouquets with some of these winter berry stems. I have some eucalyptus, and then of course, so these are all faux, but then I do have some real eucalyptus berries, and I think these are like fir or pine, I'm not quite sure, but probably fir. So I have that. He's here. He's always here with me. Such a good bunny, except when you're chewing things, but that's okay. So anyways, I have a glass vase. This one is gonna be for the bathroom. So these are just some faux stems of eucalyptus, and then these berries I got from Michael's. And like I said previously in other videos, I just kind of reuse different stems that I have throughout the year and just repurpose them in different ways. So sometimes I use this in the spring and I'll add other flowers with it, or in the winter time then I can, you know, add these berries to make it a little bit more Christmassy. But yeah, so simple. So that's way in the bathroom. You can see. I've just been sitting in some water here. And I wish I knew the name of this, but I think it's fir? I have no idea. It doesn't say. It just says Christmas stem, so the Christmas stem. And this is some greenery, so it's a mix of eucalyptus and other things, just to add a little bit more bulk. That is so nice. It doesn't smell like anything, but it's very soft. So this is a smaller piece. I may use maybe in this one. So maybe that's a good idea. What I'll do is I'll kind of sort them as I pull it apart and see what can be used for the smaller piece, what can be used for the larger one. I thought that was a bug. It's just like a dead piece of the thingy. This looks like a smaller one as well, relatively small, so we will pop it there. This is definitely a longer one, so this would be more appropriate for the bigger vase. And some of the, oops, some of them are dying a little bit at the end, which is fine. I think I'll actually trim some of the bottom pieces anyway, but it's a little bit better. There we go. That's much better. And depending on how long it is, I can kind of trim it, especially once I start to use some of the greenery, because I don't think it's as long as this, so I may have to trim it down. I have this piece here. Wow. I may have to change the water again. It's like, I think I've dropped a few things in there. Okay, next, I'm gonna use these. This is so tall you can barely see me. That's okay, the flowers will take center stage. Now I'll use some of the greenery just to fill in some of the spaces and make it look a little bit fuller. These ones will stand a little bit more upright, which is great because everything else kind of like falls towards the sides. Doesn't matter if it doesn't look perfect. Just want it to look nice, and as long as you're happy with it, that's great. That's all that matters. So I'm just gonna kind of move them around a little bit until I'm happy with it, and that's it. Just kind of been playing around with it just to make it look a little bit better, and I've cut some of the stems because they were a little bit too long, and I like how that looks. So I'm gonna take some of the burgundy velvet ribbon and just tie like a little bow around it just to finish it off. This way. Just like that. I'll just show you a little closer. So for the coffee table, I've kept it very simple. I have the vase that I just made, and I put them on a stack of coffee table books. And then I have a giant green candle from HomeSense I got a few years ago. I have a plate with some cookies, and I just covered it with a dome that I got from IKEA. This is also from IKEA as well. It's like a little candy dish, and I have some Werther's in there. So I always think like cookies, Werther's original, they're very festive, so that goes there. And then down below, this tray stays year round, and I have a tic-tac-toe marble board from Crate and Barrel, some coasters, and then I just popped the bells that I didn't use. I didn't know where else to put them, so I thought I'll just pop them here. And then over here, I just have a bowl with some of the remaining ornaments that I didn't use on the tree, and then I popped a burgundy ribbon on one of them just to bring a little bit more color down to that area, but just very simple. And yeah, that's the tree in the background sparkling away. I kept it fairly simple. Again, I'm just using decoration that I've had in my collection, and I've just kind of put them out. I put some of the red berries just to give it a little bit more red in this area. But like I've used, you know, the dishes that I've had for a few years, some charger plates, cups, and this beautiful glass from a store that no longer exists, sadly. I think the store was called Bombay, and they had beautiful pieces, but I'm so glad I managed to get these. But sadly, the store is no more. And then I have a few candles, and I just put a little gift bag with some Lindor chocolates just in front of every plate, just for like a little treat for us or our guests who will be sitting with us, and that's it. The only thing I am missing are some cloth napkins, so I will get those ironed and laid on the table. I didn't put any cutlery because you know, when we eat, then we can grab our cutlery and I can set the table properly then, but this is kind of how it's looking. I really like it. This area is a work in progress. It needs a lot of help. I don't have pictures in the frames, and they've been like that since we moved here, so that's not good. But I think next year this room will be an area that I tackle, get some paint on the walls, put some pictures in the frame, maybe get like a little bar cart for the corner here. Right now I just have this plant in the corner, but I really want to maybe change how I hung the pictures, maybe get a bigger one towards the back and then put some of these ones along the sides. This will be kind of like a passion project, I think, next year for me, so that we can really make the most of the space. It is small. Again, in a condo you don't have a lot of space, so just kind of working with what we have, but it is a good enough space to do something with. So I really want to get creative and put some ideas down and really think about what I want this room to look like. Now that we've lived here, I think going on 5 years, I really want to make this space look a little bit more, I don't know, welcoming, make it look a little bit more functional, really. So yeah, that would be something that I tackle next year. So just before I end the video, first starting at Crate and Barrel, that's where we headed first. You would have seen some of a little bit of the store. I just picked up a few little cute ornaments. Not that my tree needs tons more, but this one is like a gold Christmas tree and matches our theme, so I thought why not, so I grabbed that one. And then this one is it's like a metallic, like a metal gold ornament bow, and I thought that was so cute, so I got that to add onto the tree. Oops, that's not good. Some more candles, so I need to get a candle holder for these two, but we're finishing some of my candles. Another gold bow, and I hope this is not broken. This just fell. Oh my gosh. But this is a little, yes, not broken. So this is a little marble salt pot that I thought was so cute, and I saw it earlier in the summer, and so I went back to get it. But that's gonna sit on top of the counter, and you can put like flaky salt or, you know, whatever in here. We also went to Nespresso to see their holiday collection, and they had a few in. So the first one we picked out, actually, first of all, look at the box. Look at how beautiful that is. I really like it. So this one is almond croissant flavor, and I just wanna, I don't know if it's on here, but on my phone I have just a little bit, just so you can kind of understand a little bit of the notes. So this one is almond and vanilla, an indulgent coffee with notes of almond and the sweet vanilla. This smooth taste is complemented by notes of brown caramel, reminiscent of pastries and butter. So I mean, that sounds so good in the morning for breakfast. And then the other one we picked up is called Sunny Almond Vanilla over Ice. Oh, I guess we were really feeling the almond flavors this winter. But that's intriguing, over ice. I really like that. So for an iced coffee, so let's see if I can find the notes of this one. Almond and vanilla flavor. Experience the smooth and refreshing taste of sunny almond vanilla over ice. Our light roast blend of Arabicas anchors the season's sun-kissed flavor in a coffee made for ice. So that is really interesting. And then last, but certainly not least, what is this one? Oh, okay, so this one is, I just wanted to replenish one that we've had previously. I love this one. It's Furtado Decaffeinato. And this one is such a good breakfast coffee. So let me see if I can find the notes for that. So this one is intensely roasted and woody with full force of cocoa and oak wood notes. So this is one of my favorite ones, and I love that they have decaffeinated options as well. So those are the three that we picked up. So excited for all of them actually, because I know I love the almond and like vanilla notes, so that's very exciting. So that is kind of that. All that's left is to wrap a few gifts that my husband and I are exchanging. We don't often exchange gifts actually at Christmas. We prefer to do like outings and just to hang out and spend time together. But this year we did grab each other a little something. I'm just gonna get that wrapped. And oh yes, also from Crate & Barrel is this beautiful wrapping paper. This red wrapping paper, and it has trees on it, so it's gonna go great with our decor. So I'm just gonna get that wrapped and hung the new ornaments onto the tree, and that's it. I'm completely done with decorating this house for Christmas. It's so interesting to think that there's so much lead up and build up to Christmas, and then it comes so quickly and it goes by so quickly. So every year I just enjoy the process of getting ready for Christmas, and just making it special for our family, and yeah, just really spending time and enjoying it. It's a tough time sometimes during Christmas, right? Like a lot of people are going through a lot during the Christmas season. For some it is a sad time of the year. For some, it's full of a lot of sorrow when, you know, people are missing their loved ones. They're not here to celebrate with them anymore. And for some, there are yearnings and desires that they may have that can't be wrapped in pretty paper and, you know, finished with a bow and put under the Christmas tree. And so I'm really mindful of that, and just really want to make the most of the Christmas season and celebrate it for what it is, remembering the birth of Christ and the fact that hope came into a world that was broken. And so really focusing on the real meaning of Christmas, I think, just makes it all the more special and really helps cope with, you know, a lot of the sadness and sorrow that can also be a part of this Christmas season. So there's joy, but then there's also, you know, sorrow that a lot of people experience. So I don't know, just some raw thoughts, but just really want to make this Christmas season very special, and just enjoy it.
I'm not wasting any dreams this Christmas. I've made my wish upon that star. The only dream of which my list
consists to always be wherever you are. This year there will be no praying for the snow to fall. It would not make a difference to me at all. No, I'm not wasting any dreams. This Christmas I've made my wish and it came true. I'm as happy as a child on Christmas. I've made my wish and it came true.